OMG BBG! Welcome back to another epic unboxing, you amazing BBGs. This is another Beyblade Burst Quad Strike unboxing, and it might be the very first time where a dual pack actually has two bays that are kinda desirable. Usually we get one bay that's like the star of the show, and then we get some like random stupid combo that no one really cares about. But this time though, different story.
Yeah, not gonna lie, when we first saw this in stores, don't they look like recolored boosters?
True that. So with this dual pack, we are getting two bays obviously, one of them being Tidal Pandora Epic P8. So Tidal Pandora is the newest evolution that Quadra just got in the show that she is still trying to master. And yeah, it's an attack type, so it's pretty sick. I do feel like this bay is the star of the dual pack, but we do also get Comet Helios H8.
We unboxed Hyuga's Bay last week in Quad Strike, and now it's Hikaru's turn.
Yep, go watch our Hyperion unboxing where you'll see a lot of the other changes that happened to Hyperion. But yeah, the Asahi Bros are going to come back in the show, so that's epic. Hopefully we'll see some tag team action by them, like some crazy special move where they'll combine their powers or something, but yeah. So that's the two bays. I'm really here for Tidal Pandora.
Yeah, I guess it's the main character, so you gotta collect all the forms, right?
And with that said, let's take a look at the back of the box really quickly here. Like I just mentioned, Tidal Pandora is a right spinning attack type. You have your core mode, apex mode, all that stuff. So it goes from attack type to defense type. The parts, of course, bunch of code names on the back of this box, real annoying, right? You got G08, QD01, TD20-Q, A10. So obviously a bunch of numbers and letters that don't mean much to us just yet. The stats, super high in attack apparently. And then actually the other stats are pretty decent too. And for Comet Helios H8, it is a less spinning balance type, which can turn into a stamina type once you take away that armor tip. You got G01, QD05, TS25-Q, and B09 for our Comet Helios. And then for stats, well-rounded I guess, is decent. It doesn't have anything that's super high, but the defense stat is quite high at 9. Let's get to the unboxing, but right before we do that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next video. You can find us on Instagram at Geek Dosage and on TikTok at Beyblade Geeks Official. Let's go. I'm actually pretty hyped up that this is a dual pack that I want both of the bays. Just that fact alone is mind-blowing because, yeah, usually we're getting ripped off with the dual packs. So there's only one bay that we want. So there you go, armor tip, drivers, instructions, some wax paper with our energy layers. Ooh, yuck. This one we can actually say that it's kind of like gross because we know what the Takara Tomy version looks like. And then this one, yo, this one's sick. We don't have any other point of reference, so Quadra's Bay, looking good, but Helios though, I don't know about that.
Yeah, like what I was saying earlier, it was actually quite difficult to tell which bay this was. And yeah, like Helios looking definitely way different from the Takara Tomy version.
We have a ton of parts to get through, so let's do this very quickly here. Starting off with Comet Helios H8, we have the strike chip. Obviously, these strike chips are missing a lot of those cosmetic details. This is no surprise at this point. So expect the anime to add back in some of those details so that you can actually easily recognize it, which is what they did for quite a few of the bays up till now already. The biggest disappointment is definitely the energy layer base. When you compare it to the Takara Tomy version, this is supposed to have so many different special abilities to it. There's a part of it that's supposed to be metal, there's a part of it that's supposed to be rubber, and then it's supposed to be able to come apart and then fuse together with the Hyperion bay.
Like with Hyperion, don't expect any of that to come back. No gimmicks here.
Yeah, I wonder how the story writers are going to work around this one. For the Gravity Ring, we have what looks like the 2 armor, which is G01 in Hasbro language. Irrelevant either way. I mean, you pick whichever one you want because this small bit of plastic will not make a huge difference in your battles. QD05 is what we get for our Forge Disc, which is a Hasbro exclusive that we've seen before. This has a pretty neat shape to it. I think I mentioned it in previous unboxings. It almost has like the Pegasus silhouette to it that I kind of really like. Now for the performance tip and the armor tip. This one is kind of funky. Each piece here looks like a different part from the Zeal driver that we get from Takara Tomy's version. So if you look at the performance tip itself, TS25-Q, you'll see that it looks like the centerpiece of Zeal. If you ignore the free spinning bit, This looks like that center ball piece that is supposed to be rubber.
So sad having no rubber or metal.
And then once you throw on the armor tip, look closely, those cosmetics, it has like the shape of the free spinning piece in this design. Now, obviously, it's going to perform nothing like it, but you can see where it is. Look, they have like a wing on each side, on left and right here, that looks like the bottom of the free spinning piece on Zeal. This is just like a super flat round tip, but it does have a very small dot in the middle, which I don't think is going to play a big part in the performance.
Just forget everything you know about Helios. This is the Quad Strike version. It's gonna behave differently than the Karatomi counterpart.
Yeah, overall, this Bay has just changed a ton, which is what we expect at this point. Same thing happened to Hyperion, so yeah, let's carry on. For Title Pandora, the strike chip looks great. Identical to the anime, and if anything, this is probably the most exciting base, is unboxing more Pandoras, because that is the special one, the exclusive to this series, Quad Strike. We get a plastic 6 armor, looks like, or G08. Once again, these are useless. Pick whatever one you want. Nexus Disc, the Hasbro version. We've seen this released with a ton of different bays already, and this is the one that is used in the anime as well, which is a little bit more suitable than the previous combination that was on our Lightning Pandora, because this is an attack type. You don't need such a round design. For the Tidal Energy Layer base, we have here pretty much like the most classic shape or silhouette for an attack type. It's got that triple blade design, which is very similar to a Valtryek or a Valkyrie. It even reminds me of Pegasus as well from Metal Fight. Just a very memorable shape. For our performance tip, we got TD20-Q, very typical defense type looking driver. Once again, this goes from attack type to defense type depending on whether or not you use the armor tip. It just basically has a sharp tip in the center. So don't expect the stamina to be that good, but it will be very passive if you use it without the armor tip. A10 is the armor tip that is used with Quadra's new Title Pandora, and yeah, very aggressive compared to the performance tip. It has a super wide and flat platform, and I like the little details there with the outer ring. It looks like it has like a wave design, just like the Energy Layer base, so matches the theme very well.
Interesting that this Bay gets so many different forms, and I'm sure we'll get another Pandora for sure in the anime soon.
Word. One thing that I'm surprised about in the anime is that they actually introduced this evolution pretty early. Like within the first few episodes, she already upgraded, I guess, or has another version of Lightning Pandora. And yeah, it's the complete opposite of her original Bay, which was a stamina type. But either way, I mean, the anime is going in a great direction, so yeah, go check it out if you guys haven't started watching. Alright, Helios is together. Let's put Title Pandora Epic together. What do you guys think about that name, actually? Adding Epic to it? It's kind of cool, but it's almost a little cheesy as well. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. But there you go. There's the 2 bays. What do you guys think?
Hasbro giving us 2 blue colored bays in one pack.
Yeah, obviously the changes with Helios is not that cool, but I'm really here for Pandora. Alright, let's do some test battles. 3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Let's go Helios.
So I got Pandora here. I'm moving quite a bit, which is to be expected. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna equalize because we're opposite spin, but... Oh, Helios.
Just won by a little bit.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Okay, so for this battle, I took off the armor tip.
Okay, so you're more passive than last time even. Attack, Pandora. It's gonna be another close one probably. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Oh, I think I just barely took that one this time.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, this time I'm taking my armor tip off. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Oh, I'm real chill. Uh-oh. Now we got like the most boring round because we're both passive.
Oh, some screaming there.
Ooh. Oh my god. Oh. Alright, one thing to note, don't take off the armor tip on Title Pandora. That was awful. And that is it for our unboxing on the dual pack. Once again, this is probably like one of the very few dual packs where I think that both the bays are kind of worth getting. So here's the verdict. Should you buy it? Should you consider it? or should you just straight up avoid this one? I think because this dual pack has Pandora in it, I think you should consider it. If you already have the Takara Tomy version of this guy, don't bother getting it for this. Get it for this, okay? It's cool to have Quadra's base, and she's gonna have quite a few evolutions, so you may as well complete the collection, right? And that's it. See you in the next one. Like this video, subscribe, and as always, geeks out!